This is Young Cheddar S. Thompson, my boy O, and
You
this is
already know what's
TNC
up.
presents Dangers After Midnight. You know what I'm saying?
Dangerous After
And this
Midnight.
is gonna
Yep.
be basically a show where we handle some of the more disturbing topics in film, some of the more grotesque, gory, something like that. You know what I mean? Everybody likes horror. You know what I'm saying? Arnold, why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, let them know what we're gonna be working on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Arnold, aka O. Um, we already know just the overall genres.
Yeah,
You got your horrors, you got your thrills, you
love
got
them.
your suspense, comedy, action. The list can go on and on.
Yeah.
But we don't really hear about films that are disturbing. This is this is something to kind of just bring to the table to viewers, that you know maybe horror isn't so much horror after
Yeah.
all, especially over the recent years.
A lot of things go
um
behind it too. Like, it's an art
yeah,
form, man. It's
exactly.
really an art form. And
Yeah,
some of
it
these really
is.
grotesque movies, some of these really grotesque movies and disturbing movies, like they're that for a reason. They represent something.
Yeah, they
Like
really
if
do.
we like we can if we just touch on it real quick, a Serbian film. Probably something everybody's heard. That's one that goes through every single outlet on YouTube, any type of movie outlet, they know about a Serbian film. So something like that was made because censorship laws in Serbia weren't they weren't too lenient on shit. So you know what I mean? Like when you made movies, it had to be a certain way, and that was definitely a rebellion against their government. They made that movie, and that changed my life. Let's keep it 1,000. That changed my life. I forgot to tell you about this, Arnold. I'm about to plug some. If you want to buy us a cup of coffee, do so at buymeacoffee.com/TNC.
Yeah.
Should we throw that down there for us? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there you
Put it
go.
in post. Should we put it in post, bro? You already know. Oh, let them know what we're going to be reviewing today.
So today, we are going over this film, Dogtooth.
Dogtooth. Directed by...
Dogtooth. It's a film by Yorgos Lanthimos. I think that's how you say it.
Okay.
It's a Greek name, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's a Greek film as well.
Yeah.
A brief little
Yeah.
rundown. Two parents want to shelter their kids away from the evils of the world, maybe in a really misleading way. Some would say, most would say, in a really misleading way. They shelter their kids away from sexual deviancy. They shelter them from knowing about like film and being on the phone. Basically, they make it seem like the outside world is unattainable, and you can only go there if you lose your dog tooth. And then you can only start to drive if you that dog tooth grows back. But we all know that doesn't happen. Because just for some context, these three children who are now basically young adults, they act like adolescent people. They're older, basically young adults, and they act like adolescent people because they don't know anything of the world. They don't know. They've never had conversations with except people that come to them, to their house. So they told the parents end up telling them that they have a brother that defied all of what they said and now lives on the other side of the fence. The fences are tall, so they can't really see him. It's really funny when the little brother gets mad because he doesn't really get mad. He washes the car and he goes to talk shit to the brother like he's back. He's there like,
Yeah.
oh, I washed the car so much better than you. Like, you don't even know. Real shit. You cannot wash a car like me. I want you to know that. That's why you're out there. that's why you're out there, because you can't wash a car like this. Just
No.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. He was really talking down on him.
I'm over here like that was just me like, hold up. What?
Like it really
What's
just
going on,
just
bro?
deep into his mind. That's like he wants
Yeah.
to he always has to talk nice to his sisters, talk nice to his parents. He wanted somebody to let out some like to let out that like frustration. But to go back to the dad faking the brother's death, he basically fakes their brother's death, which is non-existent. There's nobody out there, and says
Mhm.
your brother died. And now since y'all killed that cat, basically just know y'all lucky because that was the most dangerous animal you could have, you know, like y'all really
Right. And it completely threw me off. I was just like, when was there a cat in this film, you know? And then I
yeah,
realized, oh, wait, this cat came from, elsewhere,
yeah.
came
It was
in, and then they just start freaking out.
yeah,
And just the
he made them
gory,
start barking.
yeah, that's the part that just kind of like,
Like you ever see a cat start doing
you just
this?
start barking, you
What
just act
really
like a dog.
what really tripped me
Yeah,
out is the mom was doing it too, and like she's supposed to be in on this. So I'm like, does
yeah.
she believe this or is what's going on?
To be honest, I think the father, he got all of them, because if you just watch throughout the film, the mom is in it like literally like the
Yeah.
kids pretty much the entire film. I was very confused at the beginning of the film when it involved Christina, because I was just like, is that his sister? But then you kind of catch on, because this was probably like the first couple minutes of the film where you're
Yeah.
first introduced to the son and Christina,
Yeah.
who is a security guard, working at the father's job. What's crazy is that, like, at first I thought Christine was one of the daughters,
Yeah.
because in the beginning of yeah, it's like in the beginning of the film, I would say like probably the first 10-15 minutes or so of the film.
Mhm.
um you see Christina in the car with the father, and she's blindfolded.
Oh yeah.
uh yeah, she's blindfolded, and I'm like, I thought they weren't allowed to go out. And it's just like, whoa, like what's going on here? And then next thing you know, you just see her kind of, the son and her just stripping naked. And I'm
It's
over,
honestly
and
really awkward. It's honestly
yeah,
really awkward.
yeah, it really is awkward. And then first I was just like, wait, is this another, like, come on, like, because out of the disturbing films that I've been introduced to so far, almost every single one has like a scene in it.
Yeah.
And it was just
Oh,
it's
there's a little bit going on in this movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah,
There's like
yeah.
really awkward scenes.
Christina, like throughout the film, it's her and the son, her and the son, her and the son, and
Yeah.
the next thing you notice, it involves one of the daughters.
No, yeah. And that's like one of the second things that they show. Like after that really awkward sex scene, it shows her talking to the eldest daughter.
Yeah,
And it's one of the most awkward conversations. Like basically the eldest daughter just wants to know a lot about the outside world,
yeah,
and she's so
yeah,
fascinated by the littlest things. Like she says that she has a headband that sparkles in the night just because it's a little shiny, and she thinks she's lying. She think that doesn't even exist. You're lying. Straight up told her that. She's like, I'll bring you one.
and the thing about this film, the name Dogtooth, and the fact that these kids, including the mom, they're
Yeah.
also acting like dogs.
Yeah.
And kind of just licking the shoulder, licking,
Yeah, I see.
just
I
in
was
general.
yeah.
And even yeah, and then
Oh my
it's like a
god.
dog, for example,
It's
yeah,
kind of like
like,
they're raising them like dogs. I
yeah,
see the
exactly,
that's wild. Oh my
yeah.
god. You know what I think it's time for? Our favorite parts of this movie. Okay, so
My
let's
favorite
get them into
parts
it.
about this movie. Okay.
Basically, do you want to go? You want to go?
No, 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 you can go, bro. You can
All
go,
right,
because
I'm gonna
it,
go,
it,
bro,
it was just,
because
yeah,
this is wild. Like, so basically, Christina And basically, the eldest daughter gets bougie, and she's like, "You know what? I'm not finna do that for you for some hair gel." Christina tried to give her some hair gel, cuz, or like
Bro,
what? She's like, "I got some
bro,
hair gel," and then she did the wildest thing. She grabs some hair gel. She's like, "You don't like this? Check this out." I mean, like, come on, you don't like this? She's like, "No, I don't like that." And then she goes in her purse talking about, "Give me these, some VHSs, Jaws and Rocky 2 or some shit." So
yeah,
she watches these VHSs, knowing she could get whooped for this, knowing there'll be consequences and repercussions for this. She watches them downstairs, enjoys Rocky, enjoys Jaws. She starts
the
reenacting the
classics.
scene. She's punching herself in some of the most awkward film I've ever seen in my life. She's in the pool attacking her brother like Jaws. Basically, the brother snitches. He don't like to get attacked like Jaws. He don't like to get bitten. He don't like that. So then go get the duct tape. Oh my god. Go get the duct tape. She of course she obliges and goes to get the duct tape. He wraps the DHS tape around his hand and
Here,
proceeds to smack the dog feces out of this girl. So basically he figures out that
yeah,
Christina provided the tape to him. And he goes over Christina's he goes to Christina's house. He's like, "Oh, this is where you watch them VHSs at on this VHS player. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna unplug this real quick." Rah, rah, rah.
that was uncalled for.
He beat the
That was really
daylights out of
uncalled
that
for.
girl.
I I can't
And then
lie.
not only that, he cursed her children to live in the evils of this world. But oh my god. Oh my god. Why don't you just round us off and just go towards the end of the movie with it?
Okay, we're going into a stage that a lot of adolescents and young adults do, and
Yep.
that is rebellion.
Rebellion.
It starts off with like a whole dinner scene.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the brother, he's there, he's strumming his guitar. I'm not gonna lie, it was a very mellow beat. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the beat. I really did. I was
I
just
did
like,
too. I'm not gonna lie. He
this
was
is
jamming.
nice.
He was
Yeah, this
jamming.
is nice. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, the two daughters are dancing. They're trying to follow the beat, but then eventually, the youngest daughter goes ahead and she's just like, "Look, Dad, I'm tired. Can I just sit down? Just for the moment." It's like, "Yeah, go for it. Knock
Yeah.
yourself out." And then this is where the oldest daughter, she just starts to go ahead, go ham, just off beat, and she's
She
just
was
going
going
crazy and stuff.
crazy.
And I'm over here like, hold up, bro, hold up.
She was going crazy.
You off.
I've never seen dance moves like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real, no cap. And it was
No,
just like,
for real.
for real, she's just going like this.
And then
She's just moving everywhere.
not only that is like as soon as her moms they get uncomfortable, they're like, "What the fuck?" And they go and get her, sit her down, and she just starts slamming on desserts. That was funny.
Okay, yeah, it was crazy, but I think the next scene was crazier.
And that's
I was
probably where
just
this
like,
movie
there's
gets the
no
disturbing
way.
mark.
The oldest daughter, she's in the bathroom, you know, and like JC was talking about earlier, she was punching herself in the face. She has a little 5 pound, 2 pound weight in her hand. She's looking at herself in the mirror. She's just like, and then proceeds to hit herself with the weight,
Knocking her dog
and,
tooth out.
and then I'm like,
She
I
wants
was like,
freedom. She wants
yeah,
freedom.
she does. She really does.
She
But
wants liberation. These movies liberated her, dog. These movies liberated her. And I think she really figured out by watching these films that nah, there's some stuff out there and I need to it was crazy. Honestly, I love the movie. I do. I really like some of these disturbing movies. I'm not gonna I might appreciate the cinematic value of them, but it's not the subject I'm really used to watching, and it's not really what I watch movies for, to get like the sick kicks off like that. Like regular slasher
Yeah.
horror, that's my favorite kind of horror. I got Jason tatted on me, boy. You know what I mean?
There
So
you
that's
go.
like
There you go.
that's where I'm at with it. But like these kind of movies, they
Yeah.
really, as long as they have like a really good story behind them and like why they made these movies, like you
Hmm.
just, if you made the movie to be real sadistic and weird, like that's cool. I appreciate the artistic value, but I just can't get down with it. It's not me. But this one, Dogtooth, it's one for the books. It's a good
Yeah,
movie.
it's a great film. It made me appreciate life a little bit more,
Yeah, like
in all honesty, because sadly, we do live in a world where anything happens. We
mhm,
don't even know what's in people's homes, basements, attics, etc.
yeah. We
And
just
there
walk
may be
by
people
outside. We
out
don't know what's
there.
going on.
Yeah, exactly. We just get up, we go to work, we go to a grocery store, we go to school, we do all these things, but we don't even know. Okay, what if this person over here, in line looking at ice cream, actually has children and family trapped at home like an animal, or we
For
don't
real,
even
man.
know if
Nah,
there's
for real.
what's in people's computers. Yeah, it was disturbing, but I would say that it does lean a little bit more towards drama.
Yeah. It was
If you were to
psychological
go
too. It
ahead and
was really
describe,
psychological.
yeah, 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 it was definitely psychological. But if we were to describe it like a general genre,
Yeah.
I would lean in more towards like drama, because there
Mhm.
were dramatic events.
Yeah.
I think another one that people would go ahead and find this very disturbing will be the animal abuse in it, which was the cat.
Hmm.
The boy did not know what he wanted to how to deal with the cat. So what did he do?
Hmm.
Got some trimmers.
That's not for the faint of heart either. That one really took me back. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, man.
And I mean, it's a great film. I would recommend it
Yeah, I definitely would go
to
see this. I would
people.
definitely would go try to see this.
Yeah. As far as rating, what would you give it?
I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's a good movie. It's a
7 out
good
of 10.
movie. So
Okay.
some people would like
Okay.
it. I'd watch it again. How about you?
Yeah, definitely. I would probably give it like around maybe 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It was a great film. I think that I wouldn't necessarily watch this with my family,
Mm-mm. I don't think
but
they'd
it
understand.
maybe no, no, but I think definitely it will be something to go ahead and maybe enjoy with, like, I don't know, uh maybe a couple friends,
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe some guys.
maybe girlfriend. Yeah, maybe
We
some guys,
like a couple guys. They
uh
love movies. Love to see
yeah.
some weird stuff just go down. Like you know what I mean?
Oh man,
I think that wraps up our very first Dangers at Midnight. Presented to
dangers
you by
at midnight.
TNC at the movies. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Tiny. Thank you, Chewy. You know what I mean? You really put us in here. Gang gang. You know what I'm talking about? We about to get it popping. I
Yeah,
swear to
man, I
God we
feel
are.
it.